you check the box, says you did everything right. You climbed the ladder. You built the life that looked exactly like what success is supposed to look like. But yet, inside you, you are standing in the middle of everything you worked so hard for, and still something inside whispers, is it it? If that's you, you are in the right room here today, because I'm here to talk to women who worked hard to create the life they desires. They put in the work, and they went beyond the comfort zone and still feel that there is something inside that is missing. And that feeling is not about ingratitude. It's not a weakness. It's that feeling is really a calling. Because it's really simmer on the other side of that feeling. We're talking about fear. We talk a lot about fear. We hear those speeches that define fear, but I want to talk to you about something a little bit different here. The fear that lives after the achievement, after we work so hard and we stand outside of our comfort zone, is something that comes when we worked so hard and achieved. There are three types of fears that I've tried to stop you on your way to success, but are still with you as you're trying to breathe and stand into that what feels right for you. And the first fear is the fear of loss. And that fear is about the thought that if I become who I'm truly meant to be, will the people in my life right now still love me? Will they recognize me and love me the way they used to? The second fear is about failure. And will you have that thought, what if I leave that life of success behind and I fall? The third fear is the one that nobody talks about or admits, and I struggle with that fear quite a bit, is the fear of success. And that fear is about what success means in terms of being bigger. How much more responsibility will I have? Will I be used to myself? Especially if you are a mom, and as a woman, when it gets bigger, there is bigger that needs to be handled, right? And those fears are actually dragons that we need to handle, because they keep us from achieving what is truly our best life. Because if you're here, you are already excellent at fighting those dragons, because you stand in courage for your family, for your organization, for your career. And you have been taught, unfortunately, into getting there, you have been taught to abandon yourself on the battlefield. Even though we did that, in our subconscious, we still fearful that we'll disappoint other people if we choose ourselves. We're still fearful that if we do that fight and stand in the life that is our best life, but that doesn't fit the life that everybody thinks is a successful life, we actually are not gonna fit and not going to be loved. But we are already successful, you are already successful, accomplished, and still quietly fulfilled. And this is a tough feeling when we wake up in the morning after doing all that work and we find ourselves not exciting anymore to go toward that life that we want to live. But I want you to give you a reframe here. Going after your best life is not selfish. It's a true act of self-love. And I don't mean the self-love that is trending. I mean the self-love that sounds as discipline. The self-love that says, I love myself too much to stay small so that you can feel better. The self-love that says, I am enough to disappoint you because I want to honor who I am. I love myself so much so that if I don't fit this mold that society, that my family created for me, that my friend created for me, I'm still fine. It's the self-love that says, I'm going to honor and express my true self, even if I want to shrink back. Because here's what the best life is about. It's not about accumulating more, because you already have that, right? You accumulated, and still you don't feel like you're fitting. Your best life is about becoming your true self. It's about expanding. It's about growing. It's about getting bigger in the way, not in the way that the world measures it, but it's about getting bigger in the way that your soul feels fulfilled. Being in your most prosperous self, your healthier self, most energized self, because you're so excited about being in the life that speaks to you. Your happier self, your wealthier self is not about your finances. It's not just about your finances. It is a state where you feel in joy, where you feel in alignment, where you feel in peace. And your dream life is not what you've been conditioned to believe it should be. It is not your parents' definition. It's not the version of success that got you a standing ovation, a wall of achievement. It's that quiet life that is calling in you from within. Your dream life is what you truly want to experience, but you don't say it to anybody. And if you feel stuck right now, if you read every book, if you've gone through every milestone, if you still feel like you're running on the treadmill, you may be because you are not intentionally creating a life or walking toward or being in motion toward the life of your true desire. You are moving and experiencing a life that was actually designed for you, not created by you. And God, source, spirit, whatever name resonates with you, wants you to expand. That desire that you feel within, that relentlessness that calls you out to just throw away the life that you work so hard for, is not actually a problem to fix. It's a divine calling. So I want you to let's do an exercise right now, because I'm all about experiencing. Let's put our hands on our heart and close your eyes and take a breath and see yourself in that life that is calling you from within. See yourself waking up exciting. See yourself looking like that woman that makes you feel like you are shining brightly. That woman is the woman of your next chapter. That woman is the woman who makes these decisions from your soul calling, instead of decisions that are fitting in the mold. You can open your eyes if you close them. I want to tell you that going after your dreams, your best life, is not about restarting from scratch. It's about giving yourself room to become who you truly are. It's about giving yourself inner peace and inner joy, because you're working and fighting and expanding yourself, getting out of your comfort zone to be yourself. If you spend years, maybe decades, being exceptional for somebody else, today I want to ask you to be exceptional for yourself. Defy the expectations that tell you that to be grateful, you have to stand in that life that you fought hard for. Defy the expectations that actually ask you to be quiet. Fight the dragons that you have set as fears, and face those fears that says that you have to stay shrinked. Because on the other side of those fears, you've already proven that you can handle hard things. On the other side of those fears is already the strength that you've cultivated. On the other side of those fears, the question is, will you finally do the hard work for yourself? Because the truth is, true self-love is not passive. It is the most courageous act that you will ever have committed. It means loving yourself so deeply, so completely, that you are willing to disappoint the people that hold you dear. But by doing that, you're actually setting an example for them so that themselves can break out of the shell that was built for them, that conditioning, and they can stand strong and become who they are. If you're a woman who works so hard, you did not come this far to just live a half-baked life. You came this far because you are desiring highly to live a life that fulfills you deeply. And it's not about applause. It's not about getting the applause. It's not about getting the achievement awards. It's about becoming the woman it takes to fulfill the life that you heartily desire. It's about becoming that woman that is truly you. Now go live like it. Think it in your heart. Feel it in your heart. Thinking in your mind consistently. Because that is what you truly deserve. If this spoke to you, drop "I'm ready" in the comment. I want to know who is in the room with me, who is going after the best life. Share this with a woman who needs to hear this. You know who she is. And subscribe if you ever missed when I show up again, so that you can see it. This is about shedding what no longer works for us. This is about slaying in our best life. And this is about shining the authentic